Hello there, welcome to Manifest Without Money. This is Luminita. What are you expecting today? Because whatever you expect, that's exactly what you're going to receive. I want to talk to you about the difference or how to recognize your intuition. To illustrate or to help you understand you and what intuition should sound like and feel like, I'm going to talk about manifesting a specific person. And let's just say right now that you want your specific person. And the very thing of want, it says you're lacking it. What you lack, what you feel, you attract. You are going to attract more lack. Then we must ask ourselves, why do I still want this person, or why do I want them? I'm sure you have good reasons why, because you love them. Is it really love? Or is it longing and desperation? The difference between intuition and longing and desperation is this. Now, why am I bringing intuition to this? You see, when you go through the 6 steps of creation and manifestation to manifest your SP back, you are taking yourself through a place of creating that relationship back. You're conceiving it. Through that process, you're activating the law of vibration, the law of attraction, and intuition. You drop the seed, you conceived, you drop the seed, intuition is activated, and intuition should sound in alignment with your desire. It should never sound in alignment with desperation or longing, because you started with desperation and longing, wanting, but you know you can't have until you create. You can't give birth to a baby until you conceive. Therefore, you go through the 6-step process. Intuition is one of the last things that is being activated within you, because intuition comes to take you to the delivery or to the receiving, right? All of a sudden, the mother feels the birth pains, the labors, and intuitively she knows, oh, the baby's coming. Something is happening, the baby's coming. When intuition comes, you should feel as if something is about to happen, something is being delivered. Intuitively, I'm being guided to go and collect my reward, my desire, my expectation. If you don't have intuition, if you intuitively don't feel guided to do something, but instead you're back at longing and wanting and desperation, you have not dropped the seed, you have not created. In step number 3, you must let go and release. That's when you should feel the relief of this longing, the relief from this desperation, because in the letting go, you are letting go of your circumstance as is, you're letting go of want, and you're also letting go of your desire. Meaning you're letting go of your circumstance as is, and you're also letting go of your desire. You entered into a place of neutrality, of calm, of no need, of no want. I shall not want. You don't want anything anymore. You're not looking, your present circumstance has been made null or neutral by your desire. Because when your desire is dropped into the heart with the feeling of love, then relief has to come. So when we go through the process, then the law of attraction is activated, and the law of attraction activates intuition, and intuition now comes and calls you in, pulls you, draws you in. Intuitively, call this, go here, and you feel like you're in the flow, and you just do it. It's a natural thing. It feels natural to you. But if the seed has not been dropped, if you have not conceived, you have not become one with it, you don't feel the relief, but you think you do, then the law of attraction has not been activated, because the law of attraction activates intuition. So if you go after the process, if you go back to wondering, wringing your hands, still longing and still desperate, you didn't do it correctly. Because when a mother is pregnant, she knows she's pregnant. She doesn't go back questioning, well, am I pregnant or not? So if you're still longing, if you're still wanting them, if you're still watching YouTube videos, if you're still wondering if I did it right or wrong, ask yourself this question: am I still wanting them? Because if you still want them, that means you're still empty, you're barren. You're barren. A woman cannot want children unless she's still barren. You cannot want your desire unless you're barren. You did not create it. You did not drop the seed. So a lot of people, a lot of coaches say, well, go back into affirming. Go back and continue to affirm. Go to affirm. Affirmation is coming into alignment now, or speaking of your desire. I am such and such. I have such and such. I am with so and so. If you find it that you have a difficult time saying that, once again, it tells you that you're working against the nature of things. You cannot align back with something that you know you have not created. It should tell you, if it's difficult for you to affirm and it feels like force, once again, you are speaking to an empty womb. And you can't just say the word and it's done, because you must use the tools of mind. You must go into the lab of the mind to create. So for many people, when they go and affirm, it doesn't work. Affirmations don't work, because affirmations do not activate the law of attraction. It's as if they're empty promises. They're empty. Those promises are empty. You see, every promise comes with a yes, but every promise comes with a picture. So if you have not seen the picture, move the picture, become one with it. You give it life. That's when you become one with it. That's when you find the relief. If you have not done all of that, what's the use of affirmations? A lot of people affirm, but it doesn't happen. Because affirmations, to me, are alignment with what you've seen. When you affirm, you're releasing actually authority. You're releasing authority of that law. You're letting go. I am already. What you're declaring is that you are that thing already. I'm thankful and grateful now that I am with so-and-so. You're declaring. Affirmation should be more of a declaration rather than forcing the outcome or creating the outcome. Your affirmations don't create. What you're doing, you're forcing an outcome, and you can't force, because the law doesn't need to be forced. The law of attraction does not need to be forced. The law of attraction is only activated when you gave it something to work with. But if you gave it nothing to work with, it has nothing to bring you back. So we must understand then that everything works in order. There's an order of operation here. You hear a lot of people say, the law of attraction, the secret, doesn't give out all the details, because not everybody comes to the understanding of the secret at the same time, at the same level. We learn precept upon precept, line upon line. Things are being revealed to us as we go deeper into the life, the meaning of life, how we create life. The deeper we go, the more depth and understanding we receive, the more in control we become, the more in authority and power we enter into. So knowledge is everywhere. Understanding is lacking. And only a hungry heart that wants to know who they are, why they're here, and what's life all about, only those people will truly understand the depth, the intricacies that are involved within the process of creation and manifestation. So I want you to ask yourself right now, am I truly expecting something to come? Do you feel as if something is about to come in your life? Because intuition should be activated. And once you do what you're supposed to do, you should go back into the calm, a peace that passes all understanding, that you don't understand why you are so peaceful. To be peaceful is to feel that you've done everything you've done. You can't go back to being desperate and longing. It's as if to say, universe, I've given you my desire. Laws of life, here it is, take it. I'm not going to think back. I'm not going to recreate. I am not going to fret. I'm not going to worry, because that is going to give birth to a deformed baby. So I can't worry. I can't fret. I can't long. I can't be desperate anymore. The only thing you must be aware and conscious of right now is your intuition. Intuition. And intuition comes when you're calm, because your mind is bombarded by so many thoughts and ideas that intuition cannot be heard. Intuition sounds like your voice. Go and check the computer. Okay. You're willing, you're in the flow. That intuition comes and it catches you by surprise, when you're not thinking, when you're not bombarding by millions of thoughts. And that's what it means to feel natural. It's a natural thing. You hear your own command and you obey it. You're disciplined. You've disciplined to listen to the intuition, because you've created and manifested so many things. You've learned the process. Now you know your mind and how it operates, and you take control. You're in authority. You're over it. And so you're catching yourself, and you hear these commands and you obey your own commands. You have been disciplined enough that now you obey your own command, which is intuition. You obey intuition. Intuition is your own command. Okay, it comes to you. It's telling you it's ready. Get ready, you're about to receive something. So it comes in the form of your voice. It sounds like you. Intuition sounds like you, because intuition immediately implies it's from inside out. Okay? But if you have so many thoughts, if you're still longing and desperate, how can you hear your own voice? You can't. What you're given more attention to is those desperate thoughts. You're playing a story in your mind of not having, of not being. Intuition has no room there. It just doesn't work. So there is a process, there is a system to manifest, especially if you want to manifest quickly, if you want to manifest exactly what it is you want, and not force it into existence, not force yourself to create, not force yourself to manifest. There is no need to force. You see, I don't know why this comes to me. I'm not religious, but I used to be. Before Adam and Eve before they sinned, right? Before they deviated, before they rebelled against their own desire, everything was given to them. It was easy. And then it's being said that the woman was given the labor, the pains of her labor, right? She began to experience what it's like to give birth and labor. Well, when you work in the flow with your desire and you create and manifest your desire, there should not be force. There shouldn't be pains. There shouldn't be any more longing and desperation. You see, because once you go through the creative process, there's a system, there's a flow, there's an order, and then intuition comes in. It's just the flow. There's no pain, there's no labor. You don't have to affirm forever. You don't have to stress yourself out. There shouldn't be longing, there shouldn't be desperation, because you're pregnant. So in the same way, you see, you're going back. You're going back to the original way of being before the man fell. That means before the man rebelled against his own desire. So to go into longing, it should tell you, I'm working against my desire. I'm rebelling against my desire. I'm rebelling. I'm resisting my own desire. So when you continue to want, what you're saying is, I don't have it. Boy, I created, or I aborted the baby. There was a miscarriage. You're empty again. So go back. Go back through the process again, step 1 to 6. Create your desire, become one with it. Activate the law of attraction. The law activates intuition, so you can give birth to that baby. Okay, to whatever you conceived, to your SP with him, to the money in the account, whatever it is. In the Garden of Eden, men and women, or conscious and subconscious, they work in flow. They were all in unity. They were all in one accord. That's how you should be. Within you, you should be in one accord. A made-up mind. In step number 1, when you make the decision, you are in one accord. You say, yes, what I decide, I am going to receive. So I'm going to go through this process in a flow. I'm not going to rebel, meaning I am not going to resist my own desire, meaning I'm not going to look at what I don't have. And step number 3, you have an option to look at what is, or look at what it is you want to have. You find relief, or you hit the terror barrier. And usually when you hit the terror barrier, you can't conceive. And so you have the impression that you've done it correctly, and you end up back into longing and wanting. Therefore, you did not activate the law of attraction, or you did activate it, but it gave you an abortion. It brought you back void words, meaning your affirmations are void. That's why affirmations don't work, because you're barren inside, and affirmations cannot bring to you what you have not created inside. I hope this makes sense. Affirmations alone do not work, because affirmations should be a declaration that you already have it. Yes, I'm sure I have it. Affirmations don't create. So you can change your perception now as to how everything is created. Are you affirming on a constant basis? Are you affirming but you're not creating? Can your affirmations create? Well, if you say I am, there's a difference, there's a division between the conscious and subconscious mind, right? Between your mind and heart. And it's like, no, you're not, no, you're not, no, you're not. And you're not because you didn't see yourself. It means you didn't create it. And so you can affirm all you want. It's not going to create it, because your heart says, no, you're not. No, you didn't do anything. How can you tell me that you have when you didn't even drop the seed into me, into the heart? You see, the heart says I'm barren, and your mind says, no, you're not. And it's like, hello, it's just not working. So you must create, conceive, drop the seed, and affirmations are being in alignment. You're telling the heart, yes, I am. And the heart, guess what it tells you? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I have a video where I talk about the you are affirmations and why you are affirmations are better than I am. So I want to troubleshoot some of the issues that you might have when it comes to the law of attraction or the creation and manifestation process. All of this drama happens in the mind. I'm here giving you knowledge and understanding, but ultimately, this drama happens within you. And you must be aware of what's happening within you, because as within, so without. Meaning, if you run through the system, through the steps quickly, as if, well, it's done, I've done it, it's not going to work. So it's not as simple, or as you might hear, well, just do this and do that. Just say affirmations until you can no more. Even if affirmations work for some people, they're not intuitive enough they're not catching all the ins and outs and all of these delicacies to be able to relate it back to you. They might want to, but they can't. So they will tell you affirmations worked, but they can't tell you what happened in the mind, because they're not very attentive as to where they started, when they started, and what happened. Meaning they're not realizing that there is an order, there is a system. Their mind works in order. And so everyone that says you should not be involved into any coaching program or any manifestation process that somebody's trying to give to you because they don't work, that's not true. What they're telling you is, all I know is what I've heard and what sometimes happens for me. But they're not able to, again, details. What happened the first time? What happened? They're not attentive to the details. And when they're not attentive to the details, they only give you part of the manifestation, meaning what comes out of their mouth is partially of the whole thing. It's only a part of the whole thing, meaning they don't have the depth of the understanding, the full understanding of the creative and manifestation process. So many that only hear partial understanding, they keep searching other YouTube videos. They keep listening to other things. And that's why people are looking for understanding. They're not looking for knowledge. They're looking for somebody that could say, okay, listen, break this down for me, like little bit by bit. Tell me exactly, what do you do in step 1? What do you do in step 2? Wait, why is it that step three didn't work, and what did I do there? You want someone to just like take your mind apart, right? And say, well, listen, this is you. This is what's happening. This is how you need to look at things. This is what's happening. Then be careful. Watch for this, watch for that. And it's not to control you, but it's to bring you into that authority to begin to control the mind, to begin to see your mind from above, to enter into that place of consciousness, super conscious, where now you're watching down on you. See, when you're watching, you're watchful of your own thinking, you are above your thinking. Now you're in control. So you can't say that there's not a process of manifestation. There's no steps to manifestation. That is to say, I'm still at this level of, I'm lacking all understanding. Only in level 7 of mastery, it's when you enter into mastering of your thoughts. You're above your thoughts. Now you watch the process. Now you're in control, and you can see step 1, step 2, step 3. This is what happened. This is what I've said. This is what I've done. You almost become a spiritual scientist. And that's what who you should be. A spiritual scientist. Ask questions. Try to figure you out. Try to find out who you truly are and how you operate. So in my program, I do that very thing. Because as a spiritual scientist, as a high performance mentor, I've studied myself for many, many years. And when I say many, many years, it wasn't a year here and a year there. I mean hours and hours a day. This is who I am. This is what I do. This is my purpose. So I'm in it every single day. Not 1 hour. Not something that I listen to or watch it like a movie. When I feel it like it, it's me, it's my life. So I know that there's a process to creation and manifestation. So trust the process. Trust that you are being guided. Trust that the reason you're here and watching this video, it's on purpose. It was created for you. You must have received some understanding from this video, because you and I are not different. So know how to diagnose yourself, know how to troubleshoot yourself. You have to know how to troubleshoot yourself. But you will not know how to troubleshoot yourself unless you know the point of origin, where everything starts, right? That's why there is a source. Everything is in order. That's why you have a source. If there was no order, there wouldn't be no source. Everything would just fly and go in all directions. The laws would work sometimes and not work sometimes, right? The law of gravity would work sometimes and not work sometimes. Imagine going to the airport and you would have on your ticket, oh, by the way, the law of flight works sometimes, not all the time. Feel like it today? Have a nice flight. How would you feel if you didn't know if the plane was going to take you to your destination or not? You would risk. And there's no risks in life. everything works by law. So if you say there's no order of creation manifestation, you're saying, well, the law works sometimes, but sometimes it doesn't. Then you should fly off your chair right now. The birds should drop up from the sky. Correct? There is an order of operation because your remote works with your TV in order. You can't press channel 229 and get channel 5. There is an order. There is an order. There is a system, and that system is in Manifest Without Money. But I don't like to push that for you. I don't. So if you receive enough understanding just from these videos and you feed yourself with them and it's good enough for you, then that's good enough for you. But if it's not good enough for you, I would encourage you to look within the program. So that's all I wanted to say. I want to troubleshoot you and help you figure yourself out. Where is it that you might be lacking or might have some gaps in there? So I could fill those in for you. I can fill into that understanding for you and help you free yourself and release yourself from this place of being stuck, right? You don't want to waste time. You don't want to waste any more resources. You don't want to waste your life, pretty much. You just want to live from manifestation to manifestation, right? From desire to desire to desire to desire. You just want to see them popping up like babies. Like every 9 months there's a baby. Okay, now this is getting silly. But you know what I mean, right? You just want to love yourself enough and love your desires and love those manifestations and have that joy, right? Have joy. And that's the ultimatum. Obviously, we want to have peace, love, and joy. And that's what the system does. It brings you into that place of rest, the place of authority and power over you. You enter into the mastery of your own thoughts, of your own desires, of your own manifestations. And when you control you, nobody can control you, okay? When you control you, nobody can control you. When you have all understanding, then who can take that away from you? Once you understand, once you've experienced this, who can take it away from you? Who can say that's not good when you've tasted and it's good, right? It's like you came too late. I've already tasted the goodness of this process of creation manifestation. You can't tell me that it doesn't work. And that's the beauty of being within a program that really, really, really just like takes your mind apart, helps you understand you, so that there's no more gaps, there's no more failures, there's no more misunderstandings, and you live a successful life. That's the ultimate goal. Thank you so much for watching. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye now.